Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the survival series. Today I am alone, and I don't think I will be recording much with Gip, unless something crops up which needs to be done together. But I don't think there will be. So I actually have a plan for today's episode, as opposed to last episode, other than building my house. And we're basically going to be building a smelting system, because if last episode we did the house tours. And we've got these two storage systems, one up here, and then we've got one downstairs in here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be moving this storage upstairs into this room here, and I'm going to be moving this storage room here into that room there. Just so that, and then in back here, if we're going further back, then I'm going to dig out a massive room inside the mountain where I'm going to put all sorts of my redstone projects and stuff like that, which I don't really want to be front and centre everywhere, but I still want to have easy access to my base. In other news, in between episodes, I did quite a bit of mining, and I've got all these diamonds. I did have another stack. Well, actually, I would have another 2 stacks. However, I donated some to Gip because he's not done much mining, and obviously I don't want him to just be alone on iron tools. So I just gave him a bunch of them. And then once we've dug out that big area, and we've also put in the super smelter, I'm also going to be going into the Nether, and we're going to be working on this Nether tunnel here. Because at the end of this bad boy, there is quite a large Nether fortress, which I want to have easy access to, because obviously the Nether fortresses are always fun to explore. And also Wither skeleton skulls, which I don't know if you saw at my base, but we've got 4 of them already. So probably either in this episode or next episode, me and Gip are going to be fighting the Wither somewhere, so that's something for you guys to look forward to. And here we have arrived at the Nether Fortress. Well, we arrived there a while ago, but I was talking then. And as you can see, it's rather big. This goes on for ages, and I did a decent amount of exploring here, and there are plenty of Wither skeletons to farm, for XP obviously, and also for Wither skeleton skulls, and for coal as well, because coal, we're having a bit of a fuel shortage problem for furnaces. But I'll not show off too much of this, because me and Gip, or just myself, I will be doing that obviously once I've finished off this Nether tunnel. So we're just going to head back to the base, and we're going to get on with moving the chests over. So I'm just going to cut to after I've done that now. Right, so that is now out of the way. Now as you can see here, I've got the storage rooms into the upstairs, on either side of the corridor. You know, my bedroom's still the same. But as you can sort of just see through there, I got a little bit carried away. Forgot to record a clip in between that, so yeah, I've also kind of built the entire thing. Now I've dug out this massive area, which took me an hour or two. Obviously I did the ceiling and the floor, and then I have built this big super smelter, which could do with the light in the floor around here. And it's actually working right now, or it was working. I'll just turn this off, get all the chests to come back. Just to smelt a bunch of gold. And that has actually worked quite well. I don't know how long it took, because I wasn't really timing it, but I put 2 stacks in there. And I checked through it, and it did spread everything rather equally, except for the first 4 chests getting an extra piece of either gold or coal in the thing. I assume that this 4th one here, that was where the end of the normal amounts of coal were being distributed, or the normal amounts of gold. So yeah, it's very good, it's very even. I could have probably done with doing it 16 furnaces long, just because this is a 15 furnace setup. Because obviously 16 would ensure that there were 4 coal for each furnace, instead of 4 for the entire thing, and then 5 for the first 4. But that's fine. There's no real issue there, to be honest. Same with the gold. You know, obviously, if you're putting on a mountain, then some furnaces are going to use a bit more coal up. But yes, not only have I moved all of my chests into these rooms here, I've also reorganised them and put item frames on them. So, for example, this one is the trophies chest, which I was just using for an illager banner, because I've not got anything better to use. In here is the redstone stuff, so that's activators, this is transport, and then this is actual redstone stuff itself, and this is just miscellaneous, which I represented with a bowl. Tools, just in here, these are my good tools, or the important tools. Nether stuff, you can sort of guess what's in here. And then cold stuff, which I've separated into packed ice, blue ice, and of course snow. And if we go over into here, this is a bit boring, I understand, but some people might want to know. So in here we've got wood, planks and stuff made of wood. We've got food stuffs in here. No, we've not. We've got plants and like planty things, and then here we've got food stuffs which can be made out of plants, or it can be made out of animals. As you can see, those bowls really should be in the miscellaneous chest. And there you go. And then if we carry on, then we've got our terracotta chests. And this is sort of dye and other coloured blocks chests, but primarily terracotta, because obviously I've not got all the terracotta colours in here. Valuables chests, so stones and obsidian, ingots, and then in here we've got gems. In here we've got different types of stones, so smooth stone and smooth stone products, cobblestone and cobblestone products, and andesite, granite, and diorite. Here you've got sort of just rubbish blocks here, so you've got dirt and gravel and the different types of dirt down here. Sand, sandstone, red sand, and eventually red sandstone down here. So that is the project. That's the project done for today. This isn't the end of the episode, however, because this is only the first project we're going to do. Because I don't know if I said this, but we're going to be doing my Nether tunnel to the Nether Fortress next. Also, or should I say the joint one? Because me and Gip have relatively close Nether portals, which I will just show by going into the Nether now. So yet again, we are back in the Nether. And as you can see here, we've got a rather good Nether tunnel, which is really fast. Now, I'm not going to be changing the mechanism that we're going to be going to the fortress by. I mean, I might need to stop and just put this boat back on the ice, just so it's a little bit better at staying on the ice, because obviously if you hit the walls, then it does slow down drastically, but it's not too huge inconvenience. So, yes, this is where the end of it is. And I have rather got into the knack of being able to place this down perfectly in line. There we go. So that I don't even have to move the D and A keys to change the direction. On that end, however, on this end, for some reason, not so much. So as you can see, this is a rather quick mechanism to get to and fro the Nether Fortress. Let's see if I can get it. This should be the trick. See, I don't know what it is about this side that just doesn't work. I can do it on this end, as you've seen. But anyway, this is going to be the Nether Fortress. This is going to be the Nether Fortress tunnel, so I'm going to decorate it. I have also tried to decorate it a bit, or I've built it. I now need to decorate it. This lava could probably go as well, so this is probably going to be more of a Nether Hub project than just the Nether Tunnel to the absolutely humongous Nether Fortress down there. So I'm going to go and get a decent amount of resources to do that, and I will get back to you. Right, hello and welcome back. And we finished the tunnel, or I have finished the tunnel rather. And as you can see here, I've built it out of quartz. Now this took me a fair few hours to build, and I am well aware that it doesn't look the most spectacular of things. But this is over 3 double chests of quartz here, which took me absolute ages to collect. And of course, still the problem is, going this way is perfectly fine, but then going back in a straight line, I find myself having to sort of stop every now and again, or actually like guide the boat as to not hit the walls. Just because it is rather annoying. Perhaps I could get a dispense boats onto the track. Perhaps I could look into doing that. But as you can see here, it is just extremely annoying to do. Whereas going back, it's so easy. So I'm probably going to work on that off camera. But now we're going to go and do something else just around the base, and I actually also want to show you guys something that me and Gip have been working on off camera. So let's head through the Nether portal back into my base, and we'll go into Gip's house because that is quicker. So we're here now, just leaving Gip's house, which is, I must say, looks remarkable, and you can sort of see it there. Which is a gate into the valley behind us. We were going to put it here, but we thought it was a bit too close to Gip's house. Just so we didn't want to ruin his view from his house. We put it through here, and as you can see, there's a bit of an archway, and he did the leaves, of course. And I did the archway, he did the portcullis. I did most stuff. Well, no, actually, we both built up the wall together, but sort of the details such as the windows and the archway and the roof and these log bands I did, and then he did more detailing things like the leaves, the portcullis, and also building most of the walls. Like most of these stone bricks were placed by Gip, but I did most of the detailing, apart from the leaves and the portcullis, which I've already said. So in here is planning on being either an arena or a town, which is going to be an arena, or just something for me and him to have a bit of a scrap in every now and again, just for a bit of fun. So that's what the plan for over here is, and for the rest of this episode, we're not going to be working on that because we've already worked on it. But right now we're going to cut to something else that we're going to be doing for the rest of the episode, because I don't actually have a plan beyond here, because I don't know if this is going to be enough footage. But yes, we're going to either cut now to the outro or to something completely different. Right, this is not the outro or anything interesting. But I've just come into my industrial room, with the furnaces and stuff, and somehow a wandering trader has spawned in here. So let's just see what he's just got. What is this? What is this rubbish? Like, how did he even get in here? Like, because he didn't walk in here, he spawned in here, because there's no way to get through here. Because obviously the doorways aren't big enough for llamas, so how did he... I'm not entirely sure about this. Like, is my house sort of just haunted with wandering traders? Because it's happened before on my balcony. There's been a wandering trader that spawned out here on my balcony once, for no apparent reason. I thought, oh, maybe he just fell off the cliff and landed here, perchance, because this was before I built the staircase. And it was possible back then. But now it's just a bit bizarre. It keeps happening. Because I've never seen this happen before with anybody else. It doesn't happen with Gip's house over there. It just seems to be happening with mine. Right, and after that weird occurrence of the llama and the wooden trader, that is actually the end of the episode. So, hope you guys did enjoy. This is the second episode and the second video, and I don't know how good this is, so feedback would be appreciated. But I do hope you did have a good time watching this episode, and I will see you in the next one. So, goodbye.